Hey guys, this is the fourth devlog of my game Parasorm, the MMORPG that I currently solo developing. So let's don't waste any time and let's jump. First things first, I have improved the spells and the talents a lot. So, as an example, let's just attack a creature here. So, every single spell actually got now spell effects. We have a cast state, so effects appear on the hands, and we have an impact, so a projectile flies on a target. As well, we have a new caster type. Currently, the server only got one. It's like caster and target. Like the caster is the origin and the target is the impact. So we have now an environment caster. As an example, we just cast this comet and it got a cast time. And on impact, if the cast time is over, it has a delay and the server casts a spell. So it has like an impact. The comet falls down, then it has an impact. And this is made by the server, so in this moment where I cast this, the server overtakes the other function. So the world needs to feel alive. I have improved the entities a lot. They need to have behaviors, like if they are enemies and they encounter some humans, they need to attack each other. So let's just pull this one. Now, as soon they get too close of a human, they will attack each other. So if this one sees, okay, this is an enemy, let's attack. But now this one doesn't see it. So we need like a call for help range. So if someone is near another NPC, it calls for help. Yeah, we also got an interrupt. Like we can. Where is my spellbook? There. I think I didn't learn it right now. Let's just. Oh yeah, the interrupt. Okay. Let's just take the interrupt. And yeah, we can cancel its spells. Also, we have new telegraphs. They are more visible. They are clearer, and so we can react better. So they are one-to-one from the server shape. As an example, if the server calls a shape, the telegraph just takes the length and width from the shape which the server calls, which the server sends. So the same for our spells. We can see a telegraph where we are casting a spell, so player can react. As well as this is important for boss fights, I can show you a demonstration. Now here's our boss. But I need to take some heal. Let's just heal up fast. Okay, let's just jump in. So we can see he's casting something. Let's just interrupt him. Now he soon makes the first cast. So we have here Telegraph of AoE damage. We have here pushback, so we can easily dodge them. So after some time, it gets more spells. So now we have also a add, which casts a heal on the boss. So we need to interrupt and kill the ad before he heals the boss. So otherwise we get more and more ads. So we have so much ads and we can control the fight anymore and we all die. This is just an example of a boss mechanic. Now, if I stand too long here, I'll fly out of the map. And here is a preview of the next boss. Just I create a world, I just do stuff, and then I have a instant idea of something, and I just write it down and just instantly start creating this before I forgot the idea. So let's have something like a worm with a face, a horrific face. So for Parasorm, it's like the lore is horrific. So we have like the demiurges, which are nightmares. They corrupt the world, and you can see one of their entities here, or the nail guy that you have seen before. So they are just manifestation of something nobody has seen before. So like we have a theme, I call it the organic waste, which is a zone which is just organic. We have like skeletons that live, we have just mountains, they are alive, so we walk around there and everything is just alive. But I need to convert it visually to the game somehow. This is just a smart example how this will look. And yeah, why just don't create a first boss, a first model with animations to see if this design works. And yeah, it looks really good, in my opinion. Like, just stand in front of a horrific worm with a human face and sharp teeth. And yeah, and from there you can think about designs. Okay, what should this boss do? Like, okay, I have thought of he charges in this direction. Maybe replace some columns. If spell hits column, boss gets stunned. Something like that. So we have, with our current implemented stuff, so much possibilities to do the stuff. So we can just do any boss mechanics we can imagine. And later, if I don't have the specific mechanic to implement, I just take out our spell system, the spell system of the game, implement new functions. As an example, this beast just randomly grabs a person in its mouth. So I can make a new attachment point in the mouth, implement a function, okay. Player just gets attached to this point. So, and as long the player is attached to this point, the origin, the player character is following the entity's position. So we have a visual representation of the character stuck in the mount, but it just follows the entity's origin. So if the entity walks around, our character walks with the entity until the aura is done. Something like that. So we have so much possibilities to do the stuff. So we have some important stuff. Gathering and crafting. So we see here nodes everywhere. Let's just click on it. We gather this node and we get copper ore. Just walk around collecting some stuff. And as well, we got some herbs, like this mana leaf here. We can just collect it. Gathering, so let's just take this one here, 2. And then We go to our main city or our bank, our vault. Let's talk this. This is, yeah, I want to see my bank. So, and here we got our bank. We have a personal bank and we have a resource bank. So from here, we can deploy every resource we have and they stack up infinitely. So we have now mana leaf and ore. We can also use the armor here and put it down in our bank. Or take it out, whatever. So, and also if we have collected enough stuff, let's say, okay, I want some potions if I walk around so I can consume them to not die. So, let's just open up our profession window. And we have right now 4 different professions, sub and main professions. So, let's say, okay, I need some mana potions to take control of mana so that I don't go OOM. Let's craft the potion. So we see the potion here. Let's cast something on me, not on the target. So we lose mana. So we consume the mana potion and we get a 28 damage. Normally it should add mana. I think I reworked the spell effect somehow. It manipulated the current spells and items. Okay, let's say it just gives us mana. Now we have more possibilities to make like mixed potions, make some debuff potions that we can throw on NPCs. Something like that. Now the equipment, so you can see the character here. We have equipped some stuff. We can easily swap them and use their visual appearance. Also, I have departed the character a bit. So we have like foot, we have leg, we have chest, we have head, we have clothes. So you can see some space inside the character model if I wear like this pants. Now, this hides the submesh of the character. So we can put the 3D model in front of our character meshes. So by hiding them. But yeah, I need to find a way to smoothly connect the parts together. Like having a character model template where I design the armor above it and just need to look, okay, the legs stop here, so I need to extrude the legs to this position to hide the below submeshes, so they are not available, they are hidden. So like we can easily combine every single armor piece without any problems. So now we jump into the difficulties of developing an MMORPG. Okay, let's say we just created our character, we start here. Okay, let's just specialize on the combat system. Okay, just created a character. Okay, now I want to test how the combat feels. Just attacking this mob, casting a fireball. Why does it have so long CDs? Casting fireball. Why does this have a CD? Why this have a CD? Okay. Why everything have so much CD? So, in my opinion, the global cooldown makes sense. But we have a problem. I developed the game for me right now. So everything I add makes sense in my brain. But MMORPG is not for me. So we come to feedback. That's why feedback is so important. Like if I cast a spell and it burns the target and I see the global cooldown, I program it like that and it makes sense for me. But as soon, like we have 100 people. From this 100 people, for 2 people it makes sense to have a global cooldown, to have so much cities, because they have the same side like me. They have the same opinions about the MMORPG like me. But for the other 97 people, it doesn't make sense. The game is too slow. So that's why feedback is so important. We can design the whole game around opinion of players. Like if we have 97 people say we need the action-based combat, like going from a tech targeting system into an action combat, like you have a mouse look and you can left click to attack, something like that. What does people say about MMORPGs? What combat system works and what combat system doesn't work? And yeah, it's important. Just say what you want. Say what you don't like. Say what sucks. It is very, very important for this process to bring the MMORPG further. Like as I said, it's like it has a small base. Like some people watching it, giving their opinions. But if we see big MMORPGs, they have so much people and they can collect data of feedback. What people want, what people don't want. So, and that's the problem if you have a small base. It gets a bit difficult since you design the stuff around your thoughts and not around people, what they actually want. So, this is it for the 4th devlog of my game Parasorm. And the next step I'm focusing on is improving abilities and buff, debuff. I started with 3 different, let's say, systems. We have ability, we have buff and debuff, we have talents. Now I came to the problem. Let's say, let's add a new node that increases damage from fireball by 50. And the buff increases the damage of fireball by 50. Now we come to the problem. Let's say increasing damage by 100 in talents, so it only uses the 50 from talents since Aura is another system, so we get 150 damage instead of 200. Now my next step is merging the debuff and buff with talents. So let's remove all the talent stuff and add it to the buff and debuff manager. So it makes easier for calculations and it does less impact on the server because it uses it uses current implemented systems instead of creating a whole new one. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think and see you in the next devlog.